Everyone's favorite outrage peddler, Stephen A. Smith, is thinking about running for president as a Democrat. The problem is there's a few problems with that. Namely, Stephen A. Smith, he's got Trump's favor. He got a standing ovation from Bill O'Reilly. Conservative commentators are calling him brilliant. Sean Hannity cheerleaded him on TV. That guy, Stephen A. Smith, running as a Democrat in 2028 against the party that loves him. And I'm going to tell you what this looks like from where I'm standing. Because when people that are most excited about your candidacy are your opponents, you're either an idiot, a turncoat, or it's some sort of elaborate trap. And look, Stephen A. Smith told CBS Sunday Morning in February that he's giving strong consideration to running in 2028. But then he also said that he has no desire to be a politician. And then immediately says he's still not ruling it out. All in the same interview. It sounded like it was within the same minute, without pausing. This man argues for a living, millions of dollars, a $100 million contract, and he couldn't get this tiny position, whether or not he wants to run straight inside of a 30-second span. He said he wants to spend 2026, quote, to think about it, to study, to know the issues. This is a 58-year-old man. He's been one of the loudest voices in American media for 20 years. The issues have been happening around him the entire time. But sure, he needs a study year. Totally normal for somebody who may run.
Would you run as a Democrat?
Yeah, because I couldn't see myself running as a member of the GOP. I'm a fiscal conservative. I can't stand high taxes, but I'm a social liberal. In the same breath, because I believe in living and let live. I pay attention to the desolate and the disenfranchised. Yes, I like strong borders. That's absolutely true. We never needed open borders, but we don't need it to be completely closed either. We're a gorgeous mosaic.
Sounds like you're getting a stump speech ready, Stephen.
No, there's no stump speech, but I can give it.
Could you be competitive in a Democratic primary? Some big names might run. Gavin Newsom, the California governor, among many others.
I respect all of them.
And look, like I said, Trump has praised Stephen A. Smith in public, on television. Last May, Bill O'Reilly, you remember him, the Fox News host that was fired after settling multiple harassment lawsuits, called Trump live and asked for his advice on Stephen A. Smith's presidential run. Trump didn't miss a beat. He said, "I'd love to see him run, and I've been pretty good at picking people." There have been conservative commentators all over calling Stephen A. Smith a useful idiot for the Republican Party. And meanwhile, one of the best voices genuinely in sports, Jemele Hill, if you don't listen to her, you really should. And she does. She knows Stephen A. Smith very, very well. She said that he is a threat, and Republicans will back him specifically because it's going to undermine Democrats. Jemele Hill knows what she's talking about. She is brilliant. And yet, Stephen A. Smith, he's got a $100 million ESPN contract. What does he have in common with any of us? Well, fortunately, polling is showing that not much. He came in at 2% in a poll in 2025, behind Tim Walz. 2%. And his whole plan, as he stated on the Paul Feinbaum show, another political stalwart show, is that he'd, quote, love to be on the debate stage, going up against these people. That's his goal here. He doesn't want to be a leader. He's not looking forward to governing or to improving anything. The debate stage is his destination. It's all because this is a man who only knows outrage as a commodity. He has no real opinions unless they come with ratings attached. CBS reporter Robert Costa, after spending time with Stephen A. Smith, wrote on X that it reminded him of covering Trump in 2013 and 2014. Quote, many laughed at the prospect of a bid. He meant that as a warning because Stephen A. Smith is showing a lot of the same signs as Trump. Trump didn't have solid policy opinions. He just knew how to rant and rave just like Stephen A. Smith does. And here's the real issue. The Democrats in 2028, we're going to need someone who has spent the previous 4+ years inside the fight. Someone who knows the difference between a war powers resolution and a press release. Someone that can answer a question about Iran or the economy without needing a study year first. And most importantly, someone who has a plan and can undo all of the harm that this regime has done, not some outraged peddler. Look, Stephen A. Smith is really good at his job. He got $1 million contract for it, a $100 million contract for it. He knows how to engage an audience and how to outrage an audience. He keeps eyeballs glued. But the people supporting him are telling you the real story here. Donald Trump, Sean Hannity, Bill O'Reilly. That's not the progressive roster that you want in your corner if you're trying to run for Democrats. When Republicans are your loudest fans, the question worth asking isn't whether you're good enough to run, it's who exactly are you good enough for? Doesn't it seem like our feeds are getting filled with more and more BS right-wing MAGA content? It's no secret that all these top tech bros are in love with the current regime, so it's no surprise that independent left-leaning media is being squashed by the algorithm. If you like our content and content like us, it doesn't take long to click that thumbs up, share, comment, or subscribe. So please help us keep the truth alive.